Hey vinyl friends and vinyl community, it's Brian from Brian's Vinyl Records, and it is Monday and it's time for another installment of Vinyl Editions. And guys, I don't know about you, but this whole time change crap has really got me messed up. But here we are. It's 8 o'clock in the morning as I record this. It feels like 7 o'clock in the morning and I shouldn't even be here, but here I am. That said, I've got a lot of stuff to show this week. I kind of went a little crazy this week, and there's reasons for that. A couple orders came in that I had made previous weeks, so that adds up. And then one of my favorite local stores, Mill City Sound, decided to have a 99-cent sale, and so I hit that up and ended up walking out with some really cool stuff. So let's get to things right away. I'm going to start with the Discogs order that I placed recently. I had wanted a certain album and found it on there, and the gentleman I had bought from before, so I knew they were good. So I perused through. He had 83,000 items on Discogs. If I narrowed it down, I kind of went through, I probably looked through over 20,000 of the items, which is just insane to look through. But I found some cool stuff, and we'll start with the one I was after in the first place. This is Prince's Batman soundtrack. So this one's cool. It has a little bit of writing on it, which is kind of crappy, but otherwise it's in great shape. The person, again, wrote on the label. But that's not going to drive me too nuts. So this is one I've been looking for quite a while. It's not easy to find, and it sometimes can get expensive. This one wasn't too bad. I think I paid the median price, which is around $18. So I think I got this for $14. So not bad. I would say worth the money. So super excited to have this in my collection. So Batman soundtrack from Prince was the one I was after. So then I decided to look around and see if I could find anything else, and I found this. This is the Rossington Collins Band. Now, I had not heard of these guys before, but my old boss and I, we have conversations every Monday on a project that we're working on, and he had mentioned to me, he's a record collector too, and he had mentioned to me that he was going to throw these guys on, and I asked, who that was, and he told me the whole story. So basically, I'm sure everybody knows, but the surviving members of Lynyrd Skynyrd, Rossington and Collins, had decided to go ahead and throw this band together after the plane crash that killed the rest of the band, and so they released 2 albums as a duo or as a band between the two, called the Rossington Collins, my apologies, band. And this is the first one. This is Anytime, Anyplace, Anywhere, and this one was in his inventory for $125, so I couldn't pass it up. It's in really good shape. So everything looks pretty cool. So here it is. This is my first Rossington Collins band. I listened to this. It sounds absolutely fantastic. This is southern rock type stuff. Great stuff. Female vocalist on here. Just absolutely, awesome stuff. So that was one of them that I picked up. The next one that I found that I was pretty pumped about was this guy here. This is Judas Priest, Ram It Down. So this was sealed. Sealed pressing, reissue from 2000, I think it was 14 or 16, I can't even remember, but this was still sealed, and he wanted $12 for it. And I think the lowest I've seen a brand new version of this on Amazon was, I think, around $18. So I saved a few dollars going through him. It's great. It sounds awesome. It's a really fun record. I like this one a lot. So Judas Priest, Ram It Down was the other one I got from him. So that was my order from that gentleman. I also found this on Amazon Warehouse. This is Norah Jones, Little Broken Hearts. Pretty excited about this. Norah Jones, she's kind of a jazzy pop sound, more jazzy, I would say, jazzy folk maybe it would be a better term. Fantastic songwriter, just lovely voice, and I couldn't pass this up. This was $7 on Amazon. I haven't found a whole lot wrong with it, other than they did tape the cover a little bit and whatnot, but otherwise this is in really, really good shape. So real pumped about that. Another one I got from Amazon, let's see if I can find it in here. It should be towards the bottom. Yep, here we go. Another one I found on Amazon Warehouse was this one. Really excited about this. This is the Cranberries Roses, and I believe this was the album that came out. This was 2011, so this was the album prior to their final album, I believe, that came out recently. So really excited to give this one a spin. I have not listened to this one yet. Again, this one I think I paid like $7 or $8 for as well. It's got the Amazon warehouse inspected stickers that I have to get off there, and this one was taped up, but this one, really the only flaw I found was that it is split on the spine here, otherwise, or on the top seam. Otherwise, it looks to be in pretty good condition. The album itself looks to be pretty clean, so not sure, that was the only thing that was holding it back. All right, so I mentioned that I had made some pre-orders, well, not really pre-orders, but orders online that finally came in. The first one is this one. This is the Urban Outfitters exclusive Britney Spears Femme Fatale. This is the latest in the Urban Outfitters reissues of Britney Spears albums. So I've been buying those as they come out. This one I thought I missed because they opened the pre-order for it in the towards the middle of February, and by within a couple days it was closed already. So by the time I found out that it was available, they had none to sell. But a week later, they finally got some more in stock, and so I ordered it then. So I was pretty excited. I was worried I might miss out on one. So I'm hoping that the next one will be Britney Jean, but this again on that really cool gold, smoky gold vinyl. So that was exciting. And then I finally pulled the trigger on this. I've been back and forth on it because of shipping costs and everything else, but the only place to get this I found was through his own website, so I purchased it. This is Jerry Cantrell's Boggy Depot album. Now, if you don't know, Jerry Cantrell is the guitar player from Alice in Chains and one of the main songwriters for them. And this was his first solo album from 1998, I believe. And I had this in college. Really enjoyed this album. Kind of forgot really about it for the longest time. I have it on CD. And I saw that this went up for pre-order. It's been on my Amazon wishlist for a long time, waiting for it to come back into stock and whatnot, but haven't seen it. And I saw someone say that this was available for order on his website. I kind of hemmed and hawed for quite a long time and finally decided to pull the trigger on it. And as I listened to it, I couldn't believe how much I really enjoyed and remembered all the songs off of this album. So super glad I ended up picking this up. He has another one called Degradation Trip, which is available in multi format, a smaller single disc and a double disc version that's a little longer. I did not go with those because they're a little more expensive, so I haven't bought those yet, but I'm waiting for a good deal on those too because I would like to have that as well. All right, so I mentioned that there was a special sale at one of my favorite local shops, and on that special sale, what was included is they had they bought a lot of huge collections, and so they were putting them out finally for people to pick through and all that stuff. And then also it was kind of a VIP members sale as well, so 20% off of everything for VIP members, music-wise, in the store, and non-VIP members were able to take advantage of the 10% discount that VIP members typically get. So if you were a VIP, you got 10% more. If you weren't, you got to feel what it was like to be a VIP with the 10% off everything you buy. So the first thing I picked up while I was there is this. This is the brand new album from Mandy Moore. It's, I think, her first one in over a decade. And this one came out on Friday, and so I thought I'd give it a shot. I listened to a couple of the tunes online. They're very nice, very rocky type tunes, so I'm excited to see what she does here. She was kind of one of those pop princesses in the time of Britney Spears and Jessica Simpson and Christina Aguilera. And then she just kind of, she got into acting and then kind of just disappeared when she ended up marrying Ryan Adams, and she's in acting now again, obviously. She's on This Is Us, which was a big hit show on television, and this is her first album, so I'm really excited to give this a listen to. I have not opened it up yet, but I will definitely give that a shot. So I got 20% off of this, which brought it down about $1.50, less than what I could get it for on Amazon, so happy to support my local store with that one. And the rest of these are all, I believe, 99 centers. Let me see. I might have one. I do. The one up here that you can see in the corner, Kiss Alive 2. I picked that up. This was $12.99 for this copy. It's a very nice copy. It's in great shape, and I got 20% off that, so it ended up being somewhere around, what would that be, like $2.40 off or something like that, $2.60 off. So a really good price, I think, for this Kiss Alive. It's in great shape. It has the original inner sleeves. It does not have any of the original inserts or posters or anything that came with it at that time, but I digress, not a big deal. Everything else I'm going to show you was 99 cents in the 99-cent sale. They had mentioned they had just a ton of extra stuff from these recent purchases that they had, as they were putting some really good stuff into the 99-cent bin, and they didn't lie. So the first one I picked up was this one. This is Tres Hombres by ZZ Top. Now the cover's a little worn here, but I purchased one of these before at a 99-cent sale, and unfortunately the album was really warped and wouldn't play. So I'm hoping that with this one I can take the vinyl and it'll be not warped or anything like that, clean it up and swap out the covers on it to make it a nicer looking 99-cent sale. But real excited to have this, as LaGrange is on this one, so pumped about that. I've been looking for this one and just have not found a good one. Hey, I mentioned these guys earlier, Rossington Collins. Look what I found in the 99-cent bin. So I'm pretty pumped about this because these albums aren't typically found in a dollar bin, but I've got both of their albums in pretty good shape. This one is in really nice shape. It's got that cool embossed logo here on it, and the album itself is in almost immaculate condition. So I listened to this one yesterday and really enjoyed it. So I'm pumped about it. So Rossington Collins, I have both of their releases now on vinyl within a week of each other. I picked this one up. This is Mike and the Mechanics, and I bought this one. I already have this one, but I bought this basically for the cover. It was 99 cents. Why not? This one it's just in beautiful shape cover-wise, and the one I have, someone decided to draw on the face here. So I am going to keep this one. This one sounds awesome too. I put this on to listen to All I Need Is a Miracle. Loved how it sounded, so I'm going to keep this as is. This is a Columbia House version of it, and it still sounds really good. So I'll have 2 copies of this now. Both of them sound great. One of them with a great cover. Pick this up. This is awesome. This is American Graffiti Soundtrack. There are 41 tracks on this album, spread out over 2 discs, and just really, really cool. A great soundtrack to a fun movie. This is right up my wife's alley. She loves 50s and 60s music, and this is all you got on here. So she is pumped about this. We listened to this on Saturday. Really, really enjoyed it. Picked up this one. This is a classic. This is the J. Geils Band, Bloodshot. As you can see, a little autograph by someone over here in the corner, and otherwise in really good shape. The vinyl looks pretty good, so real pumped about that. We'll clean this one up, and really, I think I'm going to enjoy this. I've really enjoyed the J. Geils Band stuff that I have picked up already. I found this one there. I thought this was kind of cool. This is Carlos Santana and Buddy Guy live. I've heard good things about this. I have not heard this album personally, but for 99 cents, I couldn't pass it up. It's the covers is what it is. It looks pretty nice. It's got some frayed ends here, nothing too big. Vinyl looks to be in really good shape, so pretty pumped about this. I'm looking forward to giving this a spin and giving that a listen. I picked this one up, forgot to check my Discogs because I already have that. So if there are any Willie Nelson fans out there, I may be sending this one VCLT. It's in really good shape. A little bend in the bottom corner, but otherwise everything looks really good. This is The Promised Land. So I already have this, no big deal. I'm only out 70 cents or something like that. Found this one. I thought this was pretty cool. This is Waylon Jennings, Black on Black. I'm not familiar with this album personally, but he does have a cover of Folsom Prison Blues on here, so why not give it a shot here? Looked really cool, embossed cover. I like Waylon Jennings, so I'm going to give this one a try. And 99 cents, couldn't beat it. It's in really good shape. Album's in good shape, cover's in really nice shape. Little notch in the corner, that's about it. Found this one here. This is the Jewel of the Nile soundtrack. So I don't think I've ever seen this movie. It's an 80s movie that is pretty popular, but I don't think I've ever watched it. But it's got When the Going Gets Tough, the Tough Get Going by Billy Ocean on here. I figured for $1 I can't not have this. So I love soundtracks, so I'm pumped to listen to this. And last but certainly not least, I found another soundtrack. This one was sealed still, never opened, and 99 cents. This is the soundtrack to An Officer and a Gentleman. And this one has Up Where We Belong on it by obviously Joe Cocker and Jennifer Warren. Why is it Warrens? I think it's Warrens. It's got Dire Straits' Tunnel of Love on here. It's got Van Morrison on here. It's got ZZ Top Tush on here. So, I mean, I thought this sounded like a killer soundtrack. And it was, like I said, still sealed. So, why not? So, here we go. Officer and Gentleman. And that, my friends, is my haul from this last week. A lot of really cool stuff. So, I'm pretty pumped to listen to it all. It's going to probably be listened to mostly this week and maybe into next week with the amount of stuff here. I got to clean all these records still. I got my cleaning gear all set up outside there in the other room, ready to go. So I think tonight I'm going to spend a lot of time giving these guys a wash and getting them ready to listen to on this beautiful turntable up here. Yeah, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed this episode or this installment of Vinyl Editions. Had a lot of fun this week. Spent not really a whole lot of money, which is great. 99 cents, 20% off. That's 20 cents per album off. I think when I walked out, they said I ended up saving like $9 on the albums that I had. So, I mean, I didn't spend a ton of money, but I got a lot of really killer music. I'm really looking forward to giving it all a spin. And I hope they all are as good as they look, sound quality wise, based on the price they were. So there you go. That is my haul. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for watching. If you are new, please hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Love to see that. And leave a comment below. I love interacting with everybody in the vinyl community on the channel. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, keep spinning vinyl, friends.